I'm here at the Best Friends Clinic, which is probably one of the busiest places at the sanctuary. Over the past year or so, the clinic has opened their doors to a small group of volunteers who work in a few different capacities here. One of those is Team Koi. Down at the Welcome Center, we have a beautiful koi pond, but sometime last year the fish started getting really sick. And of course, at Best Friends, all life is important, even the koi, so the fish needed to be transferred up here to the clinic to receive veterinary care. And several months later, they're still being cared for every single day by Dr. Nova and our Team Koi volunteers. Here they are. Here we have local volunteer Doug Stockdale, who's a proud member of Team Koi. Hi, Doug.
Hi there, how are you?
Good. Can you tell me a bit about what you do on Team Koi?
Certainly. We are taking care of 19 koi fish here. Every day we feed the fish. We siphon the fish poo out of the bottom of the tank to help keep the fish nice and healthy. Every few days we take and measure the chemicals in the water like ammonia, nitrite, and nitrate, and try to balance the chemicals in the water because those are all metabolism type of chemicals. So every once in a while we have to change the water. This is a 900-gallon tank. And so we change the water periodically just like people do with fish at the house when they have a tank of tropical fish. In this case, we change out about a third of the tank. That's about 300 gallons every third day. Keep the fish nice and healthy.
Great. So as a volunteer, do you feel like you're making a difference for these fish?
I believe so. Most people, when they volunteer for dogs and cats and horses and things like that, the cuddly type animals. A lot of people don't think of fish, but this was a great opportunity. We have 19 fish here, and people love watching them at the Best Friends Welcome Center. All lives matter, and these fish back in December, some of them were starting to struggle a little bit with problems. They've taken out, medicated, and returned here. We're keeping them healthy until we can return them to the remodeled koi pond. So all lives matter, and these critters, it's amazing how attached you get to critters like this. They're not necessarily warm and cuddly. You don't necessarily pick them up and hug them, but by golly, they all have personalities, and they all exhibit those personalities when you're feeding them and cleaning the tank and things like that.
Well, thank you, Doug. Thank you for everything that you do for us.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we are in one of the clinic exam rooms with Iris Coover, who's one of our awesome local volunteers. And she's working here with Copper, the kitty. And she's doing a clinic animal wellness shift. So Iris, tell me, how long have you been volunteering for Best Friends, and what kinds of things have you done?
I've been volunteering off and on for 6 years. The first 3 years I came down here a number of times and worked with the dogs, cats, birds, and then I decided to move here.
Great. So why did you decide to become a clinic animal wellness volunteer? What was it about this opportunity?
I felt like the animals that are here really need a longer term attention than just a few minutes. It's not gonna, I
Sure,
asked
he's
whether
not.
it was poisonous or not.
Okay, so he's
They
safe.
don't think it was.
Okay, good. So have you been able to see what kind of difference you make here? What kind of difference you make in these guys, the lives of these kitties and animals here at
Yeah, if you had seen Copper playing a little while ago.
Copper's trying to climb on me.
He's in a small kennel because of his ankle. And while he's been in here, it's been non-stop play. And that's really good for him.
So you think you're making a difference in the lives of the animals that you're working with here?
Yes, because they don't have time in the clinic to play with each of the animals. And they are really kind. They like all the animals that they bring back to me, but the animals get more medical touch than they do loving touch.
And you're able to provide that?
I hope so.
I think you do. Well, thank you, Iris. Thank you for everything you do for us.
Well, thank you. I love coming to Best Friends. I think it's a wonderful agency.
Great, thank you. Okay, so here we are with Sarah Ruffner. Sarah's the lead surgery tech here at the clinic. And Sarah, I just talked to Iris Coover, who's of course one of your clinic animal wellness volunteers. Can you tell me, what's it been like working with volunteers here in the clinic?
I think it's been a huge help. It's been a bit of an adjustment having us start that because it wasn't a program that we were participating in. But I had spent some time working up in Ogden and Orem at our spay neuter clinics where they're very volunteer powered. And so when I moved back here, I tried to initiate that here. And whenever the volunteer crew came to us and say, how do you guys feel about it? I was really excited because we use them in a big way up there for enrichment, for simple things as far as getting our packs cleaned, like helping surgery move. You know, our program here is more enrichment based, which I think is really important because some of our patients are here for a really extended time. So for them to have faces that they see weekly and regularly, I think is really powerful for them. I see some of the kids when Ed and Wendy start walking towards their kennel, you know, Mariska's like, she is so pumped that they're here, and she knows every week that they're going to be here on Thursdays. So I think as far as for what we're doing here at the sanctuary versus the volunteer programs at some of our other areas, the enrichment program has been really, really important, and I mean, I think it's been great for the patients.
Oh, that's awesome. So you've actually seen a difference in the patients when they've had volunteers working with them.
Oh, definitely. I mean, and the volunteers get involved too, just like they do with our long-term, you know, sanctuary animals. You know, we have patients here that are sometimes in the clinic for up to a year. So having these volunteers, you know, they bring special treats for these kids once a week. They take them on outings. They take them to their hydro or just on walks. I think it's been really special for them to feel like they have a family outside of clinic staff that come and see them here. People kind of forget that we have long-term kids here, just like we do everywhere else in the sanctuary. And so I just think it's been really cool for them to have friends at the clinic.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for working with volunteers, and
Yeah.
thanks for your time today.
No problem.